this video, wait, where am I? This isn't the volcanic island. How did I get here? I remember walking along the island on a beautiful day just admiring the volcano. And then the unexpected happened. It exploded and a fire dragon emerged from it. I saw it and tried to run away, but I couldn't escape. The dragon had got me. The rest is kind of fuzzy. I must have been knocked out because I can't really remember much, but I still remembered what had brought me here. So I knew I had to wake up. I figured I must have been in the dragon's lair. But when I tried to wake up, I was not on a sunny island or the dragon's lair, but on an Arctic island. On this Arctic island, I have 3 goals. My first goal is to craft a campsite so I can survive the winter. My second goal is to get a full set of Yeti armor. This will help with my third goal. And my third and hardest goal is to kill the frost mob before it turns the whole world into an ice age. This video gets crazy towards the end, so make sure to watch the whole video. Also, a giant thank you to you guys. We are over 90,000 subscribers, so make sure to be a part of the Before 100K club. So subscribe, but most importantly, enjoy this video. It's day 1, so of course we need to start our day off by grabbing some wood, and then making our wood tools. Since wood tools are for peasants, I decided to go look for some stone, but on my way I found this thing. I immediately lunged at it, and it hit me back. It did a good amount of damage too. When I was going over next to it, it exploded, and it turned everything into like green blocks. It was kind of weird. I was running around and to the corner of my eye found some stone, and now I could finally go get some stone tools. Crafted up those stone tools, and then I found this pathway. I didn't know where it led to, but of course I had to run across it in style. Do you know what else I found? The segue to this video sponsor. You cannot skip over this. Hey, I'm looking at you. Deal, deal, deal. The video gets way better towards the end. Deal. Okay, thank you. This video is brought to you by Monster Legends. Monster Legends is a free-to-play game available on both Android and iOS. You start by building a world for your monsters to live in and fill it with habitats. Then, you are ready to start collecting monsters and building up your army. In Monster Legends, there are hundreds of different monsters to collect. You can collect monsters with different rarities and elements like fire, water, nature, earth, dark, light, thunder, magic, and metal. Out of all the different elements, thunder has to be my favorite. But the best part is, you can breed monsters of different elements and rarities to create cool new species. And the combinations are limitless. There are also super cool monsters created in collaboration with some of the biggest YouTubers like Dream, MrBeast, Jacksepticeye, and more. There are different PvP modes where you could conquer the adventure map, explore dungeons, or even fight in real time against your friends. There are new events every week to discover and play new adventures. But of course, that's not all. If you download the game now through the link in the description, you will also get an amazing reward which will help you get a head start and speed up your leveling progress. By clicking the download link, you will receive 50,000 food, 300,000 gold, 10 gems, and the epic monster Kaori. But remember, this is a limited time reward, only available until November 24th. And of course, all of this is for free, so click the link. But anyways, thank you again to Monster Legends for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you watching that, or if you skipped it, whatever, but let's get back to the video. I stopped following the pathway after a while because it led to nothing, and then I found these sheep. This would be awesome because I would have some food finally, and I can make a bed. I got close to this yellow sheep and I was just inspecting it. It looked weird, but anyways, it had to go. But because there were so many sheep, I was able to make myself a furnace, and now I had a lot of food. I was waiting for all my food to cook when I realized I can make a bed already. I crafted it, it was a white bed, but anyways, now I could go to sleep without having to deal with the monsters. Day 2, I decided to go adventuring. I found this really cool biome area, and that inspired me to grab some wood, and I also wanted to do some mining. I knew I'd be needing some ores and stuff, so I dug straight down and found my way into a cave. The first thing I did down here was craft myself a torch so I could see and so you guys could see better, and then I found some iron right here. I found a lot of iron in this cave, so I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. And not too long after finding that, I found way more iron. While I'm down here, I'm gonna mine a lot of this, so let's turn it into a montage. I did mine a lot more iron after that, but that was just the montage part. I smelted the iron, and I had a good amount, so I made myself some iron leggings, and I got full iron armor by the end of day 3. I came out of the caves on a mountain, and it was nighttime, but it was really beautiful, so I looked at the sky before going to bed. I woke up, the sky was beautiful, and decided to explore. I found another cool biome, and after not long, I found these guys. I found 2 more ice creatures. I decided to make myself a shield before I went and fought them. Then, it was time to fight him. I charged in with my shield, my axe in my hand, and I got the first guy. I was critting him out with my axe and making sure he couldn't hit me. Then, he exploded. After the first guy was gone, now it was time to take out the second one. It was coming towards me, but of course I had my axe and my shield now, and all my iron armor, so it was really easy to defeat. I checked the explosion of the last one, and this guy left glass blocks, white stained glass blocks. That was pretty interesting. Now I needed to look for food, but first I ran into this guy. It was a skeleton and I didn't know where I was being shot from. I was being shot from behind from another skeleton. I was on 2.5 hearts. I had to block from both angles now. I had to figure out a way to kill one skeleton and then kill the other one. The other one was burning because it didn't have a leather cap on, so that was a good thing. So I was gonna wait for that to burn and die before I took on the next one. This skeleton was next. I tried to hit it, but I couldn't sprint, so I couldn't quite reach it. I got it with one axe crit and then one more right after that, and I was able to finish it off. I was at 1.5 hearts, so I had to find food fast, and after a bit of running, I found 2 cows, which was awesome. I of course killed them both before going to sleep because I couldn't fight any more mobs that day. I placed down my furnace and cooked all of the steak that I had gotten, well, raw beef, turned it into steak, and I was able to heal myself up fully. It's day 5, I really wanted a place to stay, so I found this area with some cool trees. I made myself a shovel and began to dig out some snow. I wanted to put a floor here, so I evened out the snow before making myself a campfire. For this tool that I needed to make, I had to get some red dye, and I found some flowers right here. I went flower collecting for the rest of the night, and I also tried to light this thing up with flint and steel for the rest of the night, but it wasn't working. I gave up and went to bed, and on day 6, I found out how to do it. You just hit a stick on it, and then it lights the campfire. But anyways, I went out flower picking again because I still needed some more red dye. While looking for flowers, I found this thing. It looked like an Arctic fox, but I couldn't really tell. I tried to catch up to it to see if it would drop any meat, but it just kept running through the snow and it was kind of hidden. I chased the thing for a long time before I just gave up. In the meantime, I smelted up some iron so I could use it for this new crafting recipe. The item that I was making is called a Swiss knife. This is going to allow me to do a lot of things like turn this log into a thing I could sit on. Now I had a log seat, and I could put it next to the campfire, and it looked pretty good. Finished up with that, went to bed, and then on day 7, I started to go out and look for some stuff. And the stuff I was looking for was snow! There's a lot of it, and I decided to make an igloo out of it because I guess it kind of fits the theme of the video. And it can't be a proper igloo without a perfect wooden floor. I then made myself a new campfire because I wanted to make a cool campsite area outside the igloo. I also made some more log seats, just for no reason, and because I wanted to surround the campfire. Once I had finished up with that, I put my bed down and made everything look good, and towards the night I heard a creature. I think I've heard this creature before, but I wasn't too sure, so I went outside the igloo to investigate. I was sneaking around and I wanted to get a good look at it, and it was the spider creature from the volcanic island. I had a hard time killing these things in full diamond armor, and I was in iron armor and I was almost dead. I made it closer to the igloo, I blocked up so the thing couldn't get me, but then it jumped super high. I guess the Arctic island must have mutated these creatures. How am I supposed to kill this thing? It keeps jumping. I came up with the conclusion that I couldn't kill this thing. I had to get to a safer location, so I made my way over to my igloo and camped out the night there. The creature was gone in the morning, and I started to chase after a rabbit. I was really low on food, and I needed this food, and I cornered it, and I got the kill. I was running around the area where my house was, and I found this thing. It looked like a farm. I didn't know how it got here, but I was gonna use it regardless, so I cleared it out with my shovel, and not long after that, I found this right next to it. It appeared to be some kind of villager house, but I didn't really know what it was. Sadly, I went inside and there was nothing in it too, so I made my way back home and cooked some food. I got a piece of Venetian, I ate it, and it did a lot of hunger hearts. I mean, like a lot. This would be a great food source if I can get a lot of them, but they're really hard to catch. I went out exploring again, and on this frosted river there's a bunch of sugarcane. I decided to get that for later, and then I got the greatest idea of my life. I figured that this was ice, and I made myself a boat, and you know what's gonna happen next. At this point, it was basically nighttime, but over here I saw some animals. I saw 2 chickens, which would be awesome, and a pig right there. And food is a rarity on this island, so I had to grab everything that I could. I grabbed a seed because I wanted to bring these guys back to breed them, and I just found that farm area, so this would be a perfect time to do it. I also knew getting these guys home would not be easy, because this is why. I turn around to see how the chickens are doing, and a zombie drops out of nowhere. Now I have to deal with this thing before I can help the chickens. Wanted to see if this one would be mutated too, because the other spider monster was also mutated. This guy seemed a lot faster than he did on the volcanic island, and he did 4 hearts of damage, which was a lot more than he did back then too. With some struggle and a lot of time, I finally got the chickens back into this pen. I was very happy, and then I bred them, and then I could leave. I went on the hunt for more animals. This Arctic fox was calling my name. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but I got it in a corner and then killed it, and I got 2 raw Venetians. I went back home, got those cooked up, ate them, and now I was full health and I could go chase some more of them. It is a task to kill these guys. I mean, it was really hard, so I ended up giving up because those guys were fast, and then I went and bred the chickens some more. In case any new mobs were coming around, I decided to make a mine for my igloo so I can go get some better armor and tools. Whilst in the process of mining down, I found this cave opening, and this would be great for finding more ores like coal and a bunch of iron. On the same day, I was just gathering some coal. I looked down on this big opening to run back, and I found diamonds beneath there. I was very happy, so I had to venture down there to go and grab the diamonds. I went down and there was 5 diamonds, so on day 11 I had 5 diamonds. For these 100 days, I didn't want to mine the whole time, so I decided to make it a big mining trip and get a lot of iron, coal, and some other resources. This island was littered with ores everywhere, so it was pretty easy to find ores. But with the good things comes the bad, and while I was mining this redstone, I got hit with a miner fatigue from a guardian. Now, I don't know how this happened, or where it happened, or why it happened. I had zero idea, but now I had to stop my mining trip short. Can you guys think of a way that there would be a guardian in the mines? I couldn't. But aside from that mystery, I was staring at the sky when all of the clouds started to surround me and then snow started to fall. Luckily, I knew where I was and I found my igloo after not much running. And then I found a gold mine. I found 3 cows and a bunny. I knew that I had to take this opportunity, so I made 3 boats because I didn't have any wheat right now, and I pushed all the cows into their boats. We got the first guy, we got the second one, and now we have the third one. Now that I had these cows, I didn't want any mobs killing them, so I placed some torches around so no mobs would spawn. Once I finished mob proofing, I went to bed. Now that I had these cows, I wanted to make a farm, but first I needed a new pickaxe, and then I went out and got some water. I still needed one more piece of the puzzle, which was an iron hoe. Of course, I wasn't going to make a wood one because I had excess iron, and iron hoes just look cooler. I only had a couple seeds, so I got a good amount of space cropped out, and then I started to plant the seeds. And because I'm not going to be breeding the cows in the boats, I made them a nice area where I can lure them in and breed them. And with that task finished, I went to bed, and on day 17, I started off by making some new chests because I needed some more storage. I spent a large portion of the day just filling up all my chests and organizing them. I realized that I still had some diamonds, and I hadn't made myself a diamond pickaxe yet, so I made that. I also wanted to get some wood for a future project, so I made myself a new iron axe and then started to chop down some trees. Once I'd finished with the first one, I started on an even bigger tree. After finishing up with all those trees, I went back to see if I can lure out the chickens to move them into my new pen. And of course, these chickens always come with their own complications, and I had to deal with that. Eventually, I got them into their pen, nice and safe with the cows. But I would also hardly call the cows safe because they're not safe from me. I was hungry, so I needed to get some raw beef. I cooked that up and then went to bed. At the start of day 18, I started going around the river and getting some sugarcane. I was basically just walking around the island trying to see if there were any secrets I could discover. Sadly, the only secret I could discover was me fighting this Enderman. It wasn't a secret, but that's all I found. It was late at night and I was running back to my house. I only had one piece of food left. I saw some light, so I knew it was over there, and then I heard this weird noise. I want you guys to let me know in the comments if that's from Minecraft or not. I was still pretty confused about it. Before going to bed, I heard some weird noises outside my door. I ignored it and then went to bed. I checked the noise the next morning and there was just a zombie out there burning. I still wanted to find any secrets on this island. I traveled all the way to the outskirts of it and I swam in the water for a second, but then left immediately because that's all I wanted to do. On the mountainside, there were some mobs right here, and I was kind of bored, so I decided to take them on. And there was one of these guys. They're super powerful and they could transform. This guy is super terrifying. If he hits you, he does a ton of damage. Right there, he did 3 hearts, and I had full iron armor on. I continued to defend his attacks, and then with another axe crit, I killed him. Then I killed the other spider monster, and then up here, I killed this guy. I collected their XP and then went about my night. The next day, while exploring, I found some chickens and a pig over here. I chose to play this smart. I would burn the animals before killing them, and then their food would be automatically cooked. I found my way back home and decided to do some mining. I went down into the mines, and after a couple of minutes, I got super bored and went right back up. And by that time, it was pretty much nighttime, so I went to bed. Mustered up my strength and actually went mining for the next couple of days. I wanted this to be a big mining trip, and I found diamonds on the first day. This was also a great opportunity to get other ores such as gold. But of course, gold has nothing on diamonds, but this was only a 1 vein, so it wasn't that good. I continued to find more and more diamonds and just a bunch of other ores such as lapis and iron. I hadn't found any mobs into the caves yet until I found this guy. And of course, he was pretty annoying, but then there was these black slime things without any textures that were also super annoying and had me super low. I was running and I found diamonds right there, so I guess it was a blessing in disguise. It was only 2 diamonds though, but I'm not going to complain, even though I basically just did. I found some more diamonds, and I'm just going to speed it up because I did find a lot of them over the course of the 6 days. I emerged from the caves on day 30, went to bed, and I was pretty low on food, so I burned this cow, killed it, and then ate its meat. Wait. Don't quote me on that. With some of the diamonds I got, I made a diamond axe, but I also don't want to see a single timestamp on that portion of the video. Anyways, moving on, I wanted to get some more food, and I knew that there was a pig here, and of course he was still here from a couple of days ago. I burned him and then ate him as a nice sacrifice because I was kind of hungry. While coming back, going home, I was on the boat and then I had to deal with these mobs right here. I tried to boat right past them, but then they bumped into me, and I kind of took that personally. I grabbed my boat and trapped 2 of these suckers in the boat so I wouldn't have to deal with them during the fight. There were still a couple of these frost guys I had to deal with first because they kept trying to hit me. I dealt with the first one and would see if it exploded and destroyed the other mobs, but sadly it didn't. Now it's plan B, just kill him the old-fashioned way. My shield was getting really low, so I couldn't really rely on that too much anymore. And I had to deal with multiple mobs at the same time. The zombie did a lot more damage, so I used my shield on him. I still only had iron armor at this point, so there's a good chance I could have died here. With one more hit, I can die right now. My shield is really low. It's one more hit away from breaking. I had to block and I killed him at the perfect time. Now it was just these 2 in the boats. This was pretty easy because they couldn't hit me or anything, so I was able to kill them pretty quickly. I know boating upriver doesn't really work in Minecraft, or in real life I guess, but I did it anyways and it was pretty quick. I got back home and then went straight to bed. That I still had 13 diamonds and I gotta put them to use sometime, so I made myself a diamond shovel to start on my new house. For this house I had a different idea. In all my other 100 days I kinda went above ground. For this one I was thinking underground. I kinda regretted this further on because, you know, snow falls down and falls on top of it, so you can't really see or anything, but I digress. Let's get on to the build montage. I basically built the whole thing, but I still needed a roof, which I wanted to do glass because it would just look cooler. So I went back to the river where I could find some sand and dug a lot of it because I would need a lot of glass to fill up the roof for that house. I finished mining up a bunch of sand, I mean stacks of it. I put it in the furnace before I went to bed, and then I actually went to bed. Spent the next couple of days waiting for my glass to smelt and then placing it over the top of the house. I've wanted to build one of these houses for a while, so I'm kinda happy I got to do it, and it was looking pretty good. And even though I'm in 1.12, the glass still looks pretty good from the bottom. I went back to my old igloo house and made a bunch of chests because I needed to furnish up the new place. You know how I said that I would regret making the flat roof? Well, this is why. When it snows, it covers up all the glass and it gets pretty annoying. I had some extra chests, so I placed them on the outsides, and then I went over to grab everything that I ever owned, take that all into my inventory, and then bring that back to the new place. I got basically everything over to the new place except for one more chest, and I decided to do one last sleep in the igloo. I then collected my bed and moved it all over to the new place. And there was a bunch of snow on there, so I was gonna have to deal with that later. I placed my bed in the corner, and then I heard this weird noise. I thought I heard the noise coming from the outside and to the right, so I went outside and there it was. There was a Yeti. It didn't seem to be attacking me yet, but I was gonna go in first. It picked me up and threw me and it did a lot of fall damage, but after a couple hits it died. It dropped something and I didn't know what it was called. I guess it was Arctic fur. That was interesting. I didn't know if there were gonna be any more future attacks, and I still had a lot of diamonds, so I figured I'd make myself a nice diamond chest plate. Because there was snow the day before, I had to clear off the whole roof just to make it look pretty. I also wanted to make a pathway between the farm and the igloo house and my new house, so I went down into the mines and found this area with a bunch of gravel and decided to mine up a lot of this. And when I mean a lot of gravel. I got back from out of the mines, and now it was time to start working on the pathway. I wanted to make it something simple, maybe something 2x2 wide. I didn't want it to be too complex. This pathway just had to connect my new house to my old house and my farm. I had gotten it all finished up by the time it was nighttime, and right as I was about to go to sleep, I heard this. Was it more Yetis coming? I didn't really know, but anyways, I still had to sleep, so I just went to bed. Now it's day 39, and I went to go check on the farm, and I found 2 Yetis outside this time. None of them were attacking me, but it must have been the thing that happened last night. I don't know what's going on, but if this continues, I might not be able to live here anymore. But for right now, I just have to focus on killing these things. I thought I'd be able to use my flint and steel to light it on fire, but that just wasn't working. So I figured I'd retreat, go back to my animal pen, and then hide from there and see if I could kill it. Luckily, it wasn't able to get to me, but when I went closer to hit it, it picked me up and almost threw me, but I was able to kill it while I was in its hands. The job's not over yet. There's still one more left I have to get rid of. I thought I could slow this thing down by placing water, but I didn't want to destroy my landscape. The Yeti picked me up and threw me, and I axe critted it on the way down and hit it one more time, and now it was dead. After those battles, I was pretty low, so I lit this cow on fire, hit it, and then got a couple steak from it. At the rate we're going at, there's going to be more Yetis tomorrow, so I need to get an enchanting table, and the first thing I needed was obsidian. After a while, I found some in this cave right here, and now I just had to collect it. This does have to be one of the more boring parts of mining. I got a lot of obsidian, I got 19, and I emerged from the caves on that same day. Well, not day anymore, it was nighttime. I realized my house was really dark during the night, and I didn't want any creepers to spawn and blow me up as I was sleeping, so I lit it up with some torches. Once that was finished, I went straight to bed because I didn't want to hear a noise. Alright, I'm gonna go check. I hope there's no more Yetis out there. And as I peeked over, there was nothing. There's no more Yetis. I wondered what happened. Was it the noise? What was going on? I made sure to double check the surrounding areas, but there was nothing, so I just made another portal instead. The nether portal was looking nice, but there was also a big gap on the left side, so I just filled it in with some chests to make it look better. I'd completely forgotten why I got obsidian in the first place, and that was to make an enchanting table. I finished crafting it and placed it right there, and it was perfect. Now it's time to go check out the nether. I forgot how disgusting 1.12.2 nether is. The only good part is this glowstone, so I decided to grab all of it. It took a long time, but I finished up grabbing all of that, and then I went back home. With the newly found glowstone, I placed it in the spots that I just didn't want torches, because torches are kinda ugly. I finished placing glowstone behind the chest, and went to grab some water for a sugarcane farm. I had just a place where I wanted to put this thing. I had to do it below ground so that the water wouldn't freeze, but I made a big area where I'd put it. Once the area was hollowed out, I decided to make a nice floor, and then go to bed to see if the Yetis would be there. Maybe today was a fluke. Alright, let's hope there's no more Yetis. I'm gonna go check. And no, of course there is. There's way more this time. I don't think I'll be able to take all these on. I was curious. There wasn't a sound, so how did these spawn? Nevertheless, I had to kill them. If I could do each of these one by one, then I'd be able to defeat all of them. Took out the first one, and now it's time for the second one. This one grabbed me before I could take out the other one and tossed me in the air. The other one had caught me and tried to toss me too. I killed the other one, and this one threw me in the air, and I did an MLG water clutch. I was very proud of that. Then they both sprinted back at me. I killed one and then killed the other, and now they are all defeated. I checked the surrounding areas to see if there's anything else, then collected all the loot. Since I had a lot of Arctic fur, I wanted to see if I could craft anything, and I was actually able to. I wanted to save it because I might need it for later though. And for the rest of the day, it was spent finishing up my sugarcane farm. There were still a few more things I needed to do, but I was basically finished with it. I did want the roof, so I made some slabs, and then I went to bed. For sugarcane to grow, you're gonna need some light, so I used all my glowstone, put it in the roof, and on the sides of the walls to make the whole area look better. Now it's time for the crucial part, which is planting the sugarcane, and now my whole house looked a lot better. Just in case any more mobs were starting to pop up, I decided to enchant just my iron armor so I could have a bit more protection. If there's more Yetis out there, I swear I'm gonna be irritated. Oh my gosh, again! Now I have to deal with these things again. I was kinda irritated, as you could tell from the clip. Now I just had to deal with these things. It threw me way high into the air and tried to do it again. That one was super fast for some reason. At this point, I wasn't even worried about dying. These things are pretty easy to kill, even when they throw you on trees. Now I'm just wondering what's sending these things. There must be some deeper meaning. I think I need to go out adventuring to see if I could find the solution. But before I go out, I want to see what these Arctic leggings can do. I had a lot of the fur, so I enchanted them with protection 1, and I made an Arctic hood because I could also make that, and I gave that protection 1 also. Now I was looking the part. I think it's time we go out adventuring to see what the problem is. I was running next to a nearby mountain, and it started to snow heavily. I was wondering what was going on. After one more day of running, I made my way to the mountain, and the Alpha Yeti appeared. This terrified me, but it also answered a lot of my questions. But anyways, I couldn't think about that now. This was the thing that's been trying to kill me, so I have to kill this before it sends even more Yetis. Okay, we're gonna have to scale the mountain quietly. I don't want this thing to hear me yet. We made it to the top. Let's try and ambush him. What's he doing? Oh, he shot an ice ball at me. Okay, I was able to deflect it. I have to get closer now. He's sending another one my way. Zombie, you're being really annoying. You have to die. I need to get closer and kill this thing. What's he doing? I'm taking a lot of damage and I can't move. What's going on? I think I need to retreat back and heal up. Basically out of food. I have to finish this now. He's still doing an ice barrage. Oh, he shot an ice bomb at me. I have to get out of the way. I need to find a way to get closer and kill this guy and keep shooting his ice bombs at me. Alright, we're both down the mountain. I have to get some hits in right now. Okay, that was a good hit. I gotta get another one. Oh, another ice barrage. He's got me half health. I gotta get out of here. This guy is way too powerful. I think I need to retreat. I ended up retreating because he was just way too powerful, and I didn't have enough food. I'm gonna have to go back and fight him another day, but next time I'll win. One of the biggest factors in me losing that battle was because I didn't have enough food, so next time I'm gonna have to kill a lot of cows in preparation. Also, my armor is looking like absolute garbage. My armor isn't even enchanted like my chest plate. The next few days, I think I'm gonna grind up making a bunch of bookshelves, doing a lot of sugarcane farming, and doing some farming. But before we do that, we gotta make the house look snazzy, and I have some extra glowstone, so I wanna add an underglow underneath these chests. I was about to go do some farming when I realized it was late, so I went to bed. and if I want to have any good enchants, then I'm actually going to need some XP, so I went mining for some nether quartz. I came back later with 20 levels, which isn't the most, but it's a good amount, and then I did some farming because I needed to do that too. I was fresh out of seeds, so I broke all the grass that I saw around me to grab seeds and plant them into my farm. I was going to use this farm a lot for breeding more things, but before that, I have to get some stuff done. I farmed a lot more sugarcane on days 52 through 60, did a lot more farming, and bred up all the cows a whole bunch. All this farming stuff is super boring, but I wanted to be prepared the next time I fought the Yeti so I wouldn't die. In the days prior to 60, I did a lot of farming on my cow farm because I bred them up a ton, and I was also able to finish the enchanting room, which was actually easier than the cow's bit. I also put glowstone around the enchanting table to brighten it up a little bit, and then I started to enchant my tools and armor, and I got a lot of great enchants like protection 2 on the diamond chestplate. I then made some arrows so I could have some projectiles when I was fighting the Yeti. I sat on my log and pondered what I was going to do tomorrow, and I knew what I was going to do. I was going to defeat the Yeti. Immediately when I woke up, I knew the Yeti knew, because the clouds started to surround me, so it was time to battle. But first, I had to get to the mountain. As I was running up the side of the mountain, I found him right where I had retreated a couple days ago. Alright, it's time to bow him. Let's see if this bow works. Wait, it's not doing any damage. It's bouncing off. If this guy's bow resistant, I'm gonna have a hard time. Alright, I'm gonna move in. Oh, he's coming at me. I gotta get back. None of my bow shots are landing. Is this guy bow resistant? Alright, I don't need my bow. I have my axe. I'm going in. Okay, I got him with one hit. Oh no, the ice storm. I need to retreat behind this tree. Hopefully this will protect me from his attacks. Oh, I see an ice bomb up there. Wait, he's sitting down. Let me try the bow now. The bow's working. When he's sitting down, I can use the bow. Oh, he's standing up. Okay, the bow doesn't work anymore. Now I know how to kill him. Getting a lot of good hits in right now. Another snowstorm. I gotta retreat behind the tree. That was close. He got me with hypothermia. Let me see if I can use my bow right now. I can. Let me get some shots in on him. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Can we get a 4th? We can. 5. Oh, we couldn't get the 5th one in. Wait, what is he doing? He picked me up and threw me. Okay, didn't do that much damage. There's a tree there. Let me go in with the axe again. He's doing another ice storm. I gotta get out of there. Oh, he's destroying that tree. This Alpha Yeti's insanely powerful. That tree is gone. Oh, he's getting me with his ice bombs. This is a long-range attack. He's almost dead, though. Let's bow at him. He's sitting down. But I get a couple shots. Let me go in with my axe now. Wait, he picked me up again. He threw me. Okay, didn't do that much damage. We're still good. Another ice storm. I'm almost at half health. Let me bow at him. I think I should be able to win this. He's one tap. I'm going in with the axe. Oh, never mind. I'm at half health. I'm gonna go in with one more bow shot and finish him off. After that intense battle, I went to see what the loot was, and it was awesome. I'd gotten ice bombs, Alpha Yeti fur, and the full set of Yeti armor. I was getting a little too antsy, so I wanted to try one of the ice bombs out. In hindsight, I should have tried it on a mob, but I just wanted to try it out right there. I feel like it would have been more impressive if I tried it on a mob. Anyways, I'm gonna try on the Yeti armor and see how it looks, and I think it looks amazing. Plus, it fills up all the bars, and it's snow resistant. I made my way back home, and I checked the roof, and it was full again. That was kind of irritating, but I had full Yeti armor, and I felt very achieved. On my high horse, I decided to go clear some snow off my roof. After that, I decided to make myself an anvil so I could enchant some books, so I could use those to get better things on my armor. The pathway was also looking like trash, so I cleared that up and then went right into the nether to get some XP. It was grind time enchanting, baby, so I got a lot of XP and spent a lot of days in the nether. 4 days later, I got back through the nether portal and came to the overworld. And I had 33 levels, so life was good. I threw away some of the snowballs that I had in excess, made a new diamond shovel and enchanted that too. I got Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 3 on that shovel too. I was enchanting books when I got the Fire Aspect 1 enchant. I would save that for later, because right now I like burning my cows manually. If I was going to be adventuring some more, I kind of want a landmark to look for to find my house because I've been having trouble with that. So I think I'm going to make a cool build so I can find my house a little easier and it would just look cool. I spent the rest of the day mining the trees and then I woke up and on day 69, haha, I started the new build. Since this is going to be a landmark, I want it to be a little taller than the trees, so I built a cool watchtower. Now I'll let you enjoy the music. I finished up this build on day 70, and I made a water elevator that really sucked. I should have just used ladders instead. I went to bed and the next day I woke up and went outside to do some more tasks, and I found a bunch of these snowflake things all surrounding me. And it wasn't just on the right side of the yard this time, it was all over my property. It wasn't Yeti, so I was wondering, what else is trying to kill me? Man, why do I have to deal with this stuff again? This was a big inconvenience because I just wanted to get some work done around the property. With the new armor, these things were not that strong, but they are still an inconvenience. Alright, I just gotta finish up polishing off the rest of these. Oh, I'm actually getting kind of low. At one point I was pretty low, so I went back to the watchtower to heal up, and then I started fighting the rest of them. Finally, I'm able to kill the last one. I hope there's no more. And thank goodness there wasn't any more, because that used up a lot of my food. So I had to get a lot of it back, and I did that through mass arson. I got a lot of steak, let's just say that, but then it was still snowing and I was trying to clear the top of my roof, but it just kept coming back, so I gave up. I wanted to see what was behind all the ice attacks, so I went on an adventure to see. And as you can tell, I came back with absolutely nothing, but a little less food. But at least I can wave some of the anger from that out on these mobs. These things are insane on the Arctic island. The volcanic island ones were nowhere near as powerful. These spider creatures were crazy and I could barely hit them, and there was a baby zombie after me, which didn't help. A couple hits later, I finished off the first one, then I got to finish off the second one, and the zombie. There were some weird noises, so I swiftly went to bed. I woke up the next morning and there was a witch, and it was kind of being I'll let you fill in the blank there. Because of that, I had to finish it off. My crops are almost fully grown, and I haven't harvested them in a while, so I just did that. And I think I owed my cows a little bit of food after slaughtering almost half the population. I kinda reminded myself of Thanos. Anyways, I spent the next couple days getting a couple more levels, and then enchanting books so I can enchant my armor and make it better. I got Depth Strider 3 and a bunch of other stuff on my boots, and they were looking great. The last thing I could do was just enchant some books, and I needed some more levels to get Sharp 3. I did a quick nether trip, came back, and then I got myself a Sharpness 3 book. But not only a Sharpness 3 book, I enchanted tons of other books to see if I could get any protection, and after a lot of enchanting, this is what I got. Protection 2 on the helmet, Protection 3 on the chestplate, Protection 3 on the leggings, and Protection 3 and a bunch of other stuff on the boots. Aside from that, I was slaughtering a bunch of my cows, and I kind of burnt the whole place down, so I had to get them all back into their pen and replace it. I finished up with the cows, went to bed, and decided to decorate my tower. It was pretty lackluster, so I added some chests and some other things to make it look a little bit better. I also wanted to get rid of that ugly and awful working water elevator, so I replaced it for actual ladders, and it was much more efficient. I spent the rest of the night sitting in my towers, waiting for mobs to spawn so I could destroy them. Soon enough, they came right to my front doorstep, and they were jumping all over the place like this spider was. Now I just had to finish off all those mobs before I could go to bed. I killed all the zombies and everything, went to bed, now it's day 83. My mobs were kinda red, you could say, I don't know. I don't discriminate, you know. Aside from that, I started to enchant a lot more books, and I had enchanted a lot of books, and I was fresh out of XP, so I went back in for more XP. I only really needed 24 levels just because I needed to enchant some books onto my helmet. Now I had full Protection 3 armor, which was amazing. Do you know what's not amazing? This. Snow on your roof, and you can't get it off. It's pretty annoying. That's why I slept, the snow disappeared, and I could get it off my roof. And if you thought I hadn't tortured the cows enough, you were wrong, because I threw an ice bomb inside of there. A lot of the cows actually weren't dying, but it was kind of funny to watch. Soon after that, I wanted to build a cool area and gate around my fence, just so no mobs would spawn around there. And of course, leaves look the most pretty, so I built a whole border around my house. And it was looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I came back and got some more leaves to finish up this area because I want to connect it to the tower also. I didn't want this grass or snowy pathway, it was kind of disgusting, so I mined out an area, got some gravel to fill it in and make the pathway look good. I got inside my house to go to sleep, but then the clouds started swarming and it started to snow again. I had a bad feeling about this snowfall, so I went to sleep, finished up my pathway, and took a good look at my property from the tower. Now I wanted to go see what was going on with this island, so I went exploring. But of course the exploring didn't last long because I got miner fatigue as I was running. I didn't know how it happened, but I was able to drink some milk and then go back to exploring. On my adventures, I found this cool ice pathway that led straight to the ocean, and I knew what I had to do. You guys haven't seen this, but this is about take 10. Let's hope I can get down this. Alright, we're gonna call that good enough. It took me a long time to get down that thing in a smooth manner, but I eventually got into it, went over to the ocean, and watched the sunset. I didn't really find anything until I was running down this mountainside. I found all of these frost things, and I knew what I had to do. I had to go take on each and every single one of them. It actually looked like they were killing themselves, which kind of helped out a lot. I'd been looking for a sign for anything, and I guess this must have been a clue. I ran home, and there was some noise chasing after me, but I finally got into my bed and went to sleep. I decided to head back out to that location during the day to see if anything would have changed. And as I was scaling the mountain, I saw something. The frost maw. The frost maw was here on the mountain. I had to be really quiet. Okay, it's the frost maw. Everything we've been leading up to. Let's see if we can kill this thing. The second I got close to it, the weather had started to go away. I knew this would be hard. I'm gonna charge full speed at it and hit it. Wait, my hit didn't land. It ate something. Oh no, I have to run away. It's charging up some kind of attack. I have to get out of the way. Oh, I'm frozen. I can't move. Please get out. I have to run. It's shooting something at me. Please, I can't die here. Please, no. Oh, I didn't die. Okay, good. I have to run away. I have to retreat. This frostball is super powerful. But because you hit me, I have to hit you back. It's kills me. Wait, I'm frozen. No, please, he's coming. I gotta get out of here. Alright, I got out. I gotta keep running. He's still chasing me. Wait, I'm frozen again. He's still coming. Please, no. I can't die here. He's getting me with his ice attack again. I'm frozen. No, he's gonna hit me. Oh, I'm on 1 heart. I got to 1 heart. I have to retreat now. I cannot beat him yet. After that intense battle, I was finally able to escape and get home, but I also lost my helmet. I then remembered that I still had some Yeti fur, so I was able to craft a new helmet. But if I was gonna be able to defeat this Frostmaw, I would need some better enchants, so I got it Protection 3 again. Now at least I had full armor. There was a lot of raw beef on the ground, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I collected it and then smelted it up. I need better enchants, so I need to get some XP to do that. I came back with 36 levels after 3 days of mining, and then I got Unbreaking 3 on my Yeti jacket, because it was the last one I had. I still had 1 Yeti Alpha fur, and I was able to give it a bit more durability. I wanted more protection on all my stuff, but I enchanted a bunch of books and nothing really worked. I needed to go adventure to find something on the island. I was running and I couldn't find anything yet. But then I came across this ice cave. There's something inside of it. This was relatively close to my house. I wondered why I couldn't find this before. I decided to go inside the ice cave, making sure that there were no booby traps. I then went over and collected the item. It was an ice sword. This is what I needed to defeat the Frostmaw. I was irritated because if I had done a bit more adventuring sooner, I could have found this. Found my way home with my big landmark tower, tested this out on some cows. The cows got frozen and they died. I also tried this on chickens and even more cows. Then I realized the durability is crap, so I have to give this thing Unbreaking. I went over to my enchanting book stash, grabbed my sharpness 3 book. I knew I'd need it for later. Now it has sharpness 3. I also remember I had my fire aspect books that I made fire aspect 2, so I was able to enchant this with fire aspect 2 to see if it would freeze them and burn them at the same time, because that would be OP. And of course it did. This sword was now super OP. I still didn't have any Unbreaking books that I could find, so I enchanted a lot more books to see if I can get one. With all those books, I couldn't get a single Unbreaking enchant, so I went to bed, and the next day I tried again. I still couldn't get a single Unbreaking enchant, and I really needed it if I was going to fight the Frostmaw. I was looking through all my other books, and then I found an Unbreaking 1 book. This would be just enough to fight the Frostmaw. Because the Frostmaw can destroy armor, I decided to grab an extra set just in case. I also wanted some projectile attacks, so I grabbed my bow, crafted up some arrows, and now it was time to go. Now I could go and defeat the Frostmaw. After 2 days of traveling, it started to get really snowy, so I knew I was close. I couldn't find him in my old spot, so I continued going up the mountain to see if I could find him. And I didn't have to wait too long, because the Frostmaw was at full health and back up on the mountain. This isn't going to be the same like last time. I have a new ice sword. I still have to be really careful. I want to sneak up next to him and see if I can get some bow shots off on him. Alright, now I'm close. Let me see if I can get a bow shot. The bow shot did no damage, and he's awake. Oh, I made him mad. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, he shot an ice ball at me. Luckily, I was able to dodge. He's coming closer. This is where I want him. Close range where I can get some axe hits. Let's do this. Ice bomb, go! But he got me with his own ice ball and started to hit me with his own arctic winds. I was getting a little low. I have to find a way to use my sword on this guy. The ice bombs are working, but I'm running low on him. Hey, is he about to shoot up? Oh, he got me again. Need to find a spot where I can heal up. Ah, that one hurt. This guy's getting a little too full of himself. I think I gotta get him with my sword. Alright, let's do it. Oh, the fire's working. I think I'm doing more damage than he's doing to me. Wait, he got me frozen again and he slapped me. I need to retreat and heal up. The sword worked good last time. Let's do it again. Ah, I can't get to him. The pressure he's exerting. Okay, I can now. Let's do it. It looks like the fire's actually doing some work on him. I can see his health ticking down. I gotta hit him with this sword a couple more times if I want to do anything. Wait, what's he doing? That's when the Frostmaw hit me with the 1-2 combo. I wasn't very happy with this because my health was getting pretty low. His health was getting low too. I noticed it going down with the fire. Alright, big boy, let's finish this up. You're not gonna beat me this time. Or maybe you are, okay. I swear I didn't mean it, bro. Haha, loser, I fooled you. At this point, the Frostmaw was starting to get angry and he stood up on his 2 legs and I knew something was happening. I don't think the Frostmaw was pretty happy with my joke. Alright, I'm going in. Let's do it. Wait, come on. I didn't get a single hit in and I'm frozen. How's he getting even more powerful? At this point, I didn't know if I was going to be able to defeat him. I was on low health and I couldn't regen. And there's this skeleton thing giving me slowness trying to not help. Skeleton, this is not the time. I remembered I brought extra armor with me, and this was the perfect circumstance because my pants had broke. Now I could go in for the kill with having a bit more armor. Come on, Frostmaw, work with me. I still have to edit this video. He kept hitting me with a barrage of attacks and I couldn't move. This might have been it. He didn't do his grand slam attack, which would have finished me off, so I'm very happy about that. Why are you standing on your hind legs? Oh, he You just did it. If you did that sooner, I would have died, but I finished him off. I successfully did it. I killed the frost maw, and this baby zombie was just ruining my moment. I picked up the ice crystal to go use it on the skeleton over here that almost killed me. Anyways, thank you so much again for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe if you did enjoy. We're so close to 100,000, and I gotta stop the winter, so you kinda have to subscribe now. Still have one more message, and it's from Monster Legends. Let's go! One last time, make sure to download Monster Legends either from the link in the description or the pinned comment before November 24th to claim your free rewards. I do want to say thank you again to Monster Legends for sponsoring this video. Download Monster Legends so they sponsor me again, and see you guys in the next video.